Hi, my name is Swazina, and I am a filmmaker and actress. And you are tuned into Candid Conversations with the Self-Esteem Queen and host, Fiona Sharon Huff. Get ready for a dynamic heart-to-heart talk where you can truly build your self-esteem and be reminded that you are a qualified woman embodying excellence now.
I am beautiful, I am kind, I am magical, I am divine. Race. We are the fighters, we are the brave. In the face of fear we stand unafraid. Through the tears and pain we rise again. Together we'll break these chains. We are the fighters.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to a special episode of Candid Conversations with the Self-Esteem Queen. I am your host, Fiona Sharon Huff, and this evening we are talking about a very special topic. This is October is National Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and so this evening we're going to be talking about breast health and awareness. And so this evening's guest is a dear friend of mine, my sorority sister, Karla McCoy. She was misdiagnosed with breast cancer. So what do you do with them when you're told that you have breast cancer and you go through the process only to find out that there are no signs when you go to another doctor, but a doctor wants you to do chemotherapy? So instead of her accepting what was said and going through with the chemotherapy, she became a breast health advocate for herself first, and she is now helping other women to be advocates for themselves and to know the importance of healthy breasts. And so, Karla, if you could just join us this evening so that we can have this candid conversation. Good evening, Sarah.
Hello, Sarah. How are you?
I'm doing good. So I had put out a call for someone to come on and give us their take on what they've experienced in having breast cancer, being a survivor, etc. And so we connected recently.
Yes.
And you said I need to come on and tell my story. And when we had that back end conversation, I was kind of appalled because, when someone hears the statement you have breast cancer, sometimes it's almost like in your mind a death sentence.
Yes.
So you are told this, and then what? So before we get into that, give us a little background on who you are.
Okay, thank you. So my name is Karla McCoy. I am a teacher. That is the main thing that I do. But I'm also a personal trainer and weight loss coach. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, great. Am I looking at the camera right?
Yes, I see you. You're looking right at me, and they're seeing you.
Okay, great. So yes, I am a teacher. I've been a teacher for 18 years, special education teacher. And then back in 2000, I think it was 2009, I became a personal trainer and weight loss coach. And so my side gig is helping women get healthy, get fit, helping them with nutrition, all the things that come into play when we think about women and wellness and how being obese or overweight can affect us. I'm there to help women tackle those issues and guide them. So that's what I do. And of course, the breast, the situation that came about with my breast happened in 2002. I went for a routine mammogram, and I got that call that no woman wants to hear that says, well, we saw something suspicious and we think we want to do a biopsy.
Okay.
That's the last thing you want to hear after you have a mammogram. And so, of course, I was like, okay, whatever you need to do. I had the biopsy and they said, well, you have stage 0 breast cancer. I didn't even know there was a stage 0. I was
Right.
like, okay. And of course, the doctor said, you know, if women come in here, this is where we want them to be. We want them to be at stage 0. So he explained what that meant. He said that I had ductal carcinoma in situ, which means that the cancer had not broken out of the breast ducts.
Okay.
And so he said, well, you know, the standard procedure is to go in there and remove that area, check that area, make sure there are no cells around that area. And so for me, it was like, doctor, do whatever you need to do, you know, because like what you just said, just to hear the word breast cancer, it puts a fear in you. You're
Right.
afraid. And so I did have the lumpectomy, is what it was called. And after I had the lumpectomy, this is where things got strange. I went back for my follow up, and the doctor said to me, well, when we went in there, there wasn't nothing there. I was like, okay. He said, yeah, so the lumpectomy is the surgery. I
Right.
went under. So let's take it a little bit. I went in, had the mammogram.
Right.
They saw something. Let's do a biopsy.
Okay. 2.
The biopsy is where they say they saw the cancer. So
Mm-hmm.
the next step is to do the lumpectomy, which is the surgery.
Right.
So he's telling me that when he did the lumpectomy, the surgery, he didn't see anything in there. So I was praising God, right? And then he said, well, we want you to see the oncologist and we want you to see the radiation oncologist. So for me, I was like, okay. And he explained, he did say, you know, the oncologist is probably going to, you know, do your blood work, check some things. As a matter of fact, I had already had my blood taken to check for my, the BRCA gene is like a breast cancer gene.
Okay.
I did not have it. Um, I didn't have a family history of breast cancer. And so those things were a plus for me. And so when I went back to this oncologist after my surgery, she said, well, we're going to put you on this drug called tamoxifen, 20 milligrams. I had already read up on these things. And I knew that this drug was powerful and that it caused more terrible side effects. And with me being 46 at the time and still having my period, not in menopause, this could possibly put me in menopause. So I had a lot of questions for this doctor.
Mm-hmm.
And she really seemed to not care about what I thought. You know, at a time when a woman is hearing that she has had breast cancer, and now you're saying, oh, well, we went in, there's nothing there. That fear of, okay, do I have it? Do I not have it? It was there, it was not there. So with the doctor, I'm going to go back. The doctor said, well, evidently when we did the biopsy, we removed it.
Okay.
So it was so small that it was removed when it was sucked, when the biopsy happened. He said, but you're still at risk. So anyway, I told this doctor who wanted to put me on these drugs, I said, oh, well, I've read about that drug and I don't want to take that drug. I'm not, you know, all of the things say that I'm on the better end of this. I don't have the breast cancer gene. I don't have a history of breast cancer in my family. When the doctor did the surgery, I had all clear margins, which meant there were no little cancer cells around. Why are you wanting to give me such a powerful and the standard of care for, you know, most people who have breast cancer? So I said, well, no, I need to think about this. The next appointment was with the radiation oncologist because at this point I really wanted to do everything the doctor said do, like
Right.
go and see these people to get informed so that I would know what the options were moving forward. Because I knew then at that point, you know, I've dealt with this thing could come back. So I want to be informed with everything. I need to know everything. Well, the radiation oncologist wanted to give me 25 rounds of radiation. And I was like, hold up, that's a lot. I felt like that was over treatment. I had already read. I said, well, you know what? I've read that you can do this, 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 and this. And he said, well, no, we're not going to do that. We don't recommend that for you. So lo and behold, it's a long story, but I'm going to get there.
Absolutely.
So I had been on Twitter. I was tweeting out, what I was going through at the time, connecting with other women who were, dealing with breast cancer and breast health issues. And so I just so happened tweeted, that I had DCIS, found out about it, told the whole story, and I got a reply back from the head of a company that makes a test called Decision RT. Decision meaning DCISION RT. And this test was specifically made for my type of cancer.
Okay.
So this person said to me, has your radiation oncologist considered giving you the Decision RT test? This test helps measure whether or not radiation is even beneficial to you, because some people are taking radiation and it won't do them any good. And so I said, no, I've never heard of this. So I did my research on that. The very next day, I talked to the doctor and said, hey, well, I called the doctor's office and said, by this time I had did 2 radiations. The doctor convinced me to do it. He was like, no, you should do this. He has scared the mess out of me, to be honest with you. You should do this to lessen your chances. So when I called his office on that 3rd day, his nurse said, well, I called him and told him, that you want Decision RT. And he said, no, he's not going to order that test for you.
He said what?
He was not going to order the test for me. Mind you, the person that I spoke with at the headquarters of Decision RT, they put my doctor's name in their computer database and saw that he had ordered that test for many other women.
But refused to do it for you.
Yes. And it was such an emotional moment for me because, number one, I felt like as a Black woman, this is my body. This is my health insurance. And this man called me at 8 o'clock at night to convince me to come to have the radiation. So if you saw how upset I was and how afraid I was to have this, why wouldn't you order that for me, even if it was to just ease my mind?
Right.
So I didn't go to that. I told his nurse, well, don't expect me to come there today. So I did not go back for my radiation, but what it did was I was so scared and so confused about what to do next. I prayed. I could not sleep at night. I knew, I was like, okay, I need to do something. I can't just not do anything. And so God kept telling me, mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. So girl, I called the huge hospital, the university hospital, made an appointment. That's where I should have went first. Made an appointment and told them my story, told them that I just want to have my breast removed. I was like, I think the best thing for me is just have it removed, and that will just take my mind off whether or not it's going to come back. And they did me a workup. They sent for my tissue specimens, and they called me in a week, and they said, Karla, we have something to tell you. I was like, okay. I thought they were calling me to give me the schedule for when to come in to have the breast removed. She said, Karla, you did not have DCIS. You did not have stage 0 breast cancer. You had atypical ductal hyperplasia, which is abnormal cells,
Okay.
but not breast cancer cells.
Ooh, how did you feel? What was going through your head at that moment?
I honestly felt a weight lift off me because God had been telling me to not do the radiation. But the doctor put that fear in me, and I listened to him out of fear. And so it was a weight that was lifted off of me. And after that weight was lifted off of me, I just cried. I cried, and then the next day I wrote a very long letter to the hospital. The first hospital. I wrote a very long letter. It was a very passionate letter. And just in summary, how many other women are being misdiagnosed for money. And me being a healthy Black woman, I was about to be taken through that funnel of all the monies that go towards cancer for that hospital. I told the person in the letter that I felt like I was one of their quotas. And the person that the person that called me back, she was very sympathetic, and she happened to be a sister.
Okay.
I did not talk to her. I listened to her voicemail. She was very, very apologetic and very sorry for what had happened to me. And she said that she was going to talk to all doctors involved. So moving forward, I continued to work with the university hospital, and what they said is what I had atypical ductal hyperplasia with me at my age. Continue to get my mammogram once per year, but they also do an extra screener for me. So I have an ultrasound as well. And so thank God, every screen that I've had since that situation has been clear.
Okay.
I have not had any type of issues with my breast, thankfully. So that just goes to show, had I gone and had radiation and taken these drugs, I could have put myself at risk, because, if you don't need radiation, you shouldn't have it. If you're not, you don't want to be forced into menopause with drugs if you don't have to
Right.
be. And so these treatments that they wanted to give me would have made my health worse.
It would decline. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that's the story of me being misdiagnosed with breast cancer. Yeah. So now,
Go ahead.
I'll just say that, breast health it should be important to all women, all of every part of health, whether it's, our gynecological health, our heart health, breast health, all of those things. But now it's like, for me, it's so super important for me to let women know, number one, go and get your mammograms. And number two, if you're told that you have something or they see something, get a second opinion immediately.
Okay.
Immediately. So that's what I should have done. The accountability falls on me in that I did not go and have that second opinion from the get-go. But the thing is, I truly believe that when a person tells you, or when a doctor or organization that's a health organization says to a person you have cancer, it's so scary that you just want to do whatever needs to be done, because we trust doctors.
Right.
It's the oldest profession, one of the oldest professions. It's a upstanding profession, and we feel like they have our best interests. But I tell you what, since that has happened to me, I am very leery about doctors. We have to be our own advocates. We have to find out things on our own. If I read something, it needs to be research based. I make sure that the information that I'm reading comes from research. And so, yeah, it's super important that we advocate for ourselves and not just take the first thing that they say to us.
Right. And let's be clear too, the medical field in itself, I don't know the actual amount of money, but the medical field, the health field makes a lot of money. And so when we go in, because I recently was sick, I got into COVID tests, and I was like, something's not right. You can't prick my nose for a third time. I need something else. And so it ended up being slight pneumonia. But I went in two times. I did 2 different tests.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think is paying for that?
Right.
I mean, typically insurance, but still, it's money. Every time you go in and you have a visit, it is money. Every time you get a prescription, it's money that's being dished out. So it's a money maker. Now,
and especially cancer.
Especially cancer.
Especially cancer. And it just hurt my heart so bad, because for me as a woman, And as a Black woman, and I mentioned that in my letter to the hospital, you know, we, Black people, Black women, Black men, the healthcare field has not been nice to us, you know, over time. I mean, there are studies that have been done about the disparities in healthcare. Um, and just the fact that someone made, you know, the doctor tried to call me. Well, he did call me. The guy who was the radiation oncologist who actually called me to convince me to come to radiation.
Right.
He called me. He called me after hours. He called me at night. He called me at 8 o'clock. I still have it saved on my phone. You know, Miss Moss, you really should come. We really need you to do this. You know, it was scary. And so to be a Black woman and to know that there are other Black women who possibly have been overtreated and then sometimes undertreated as well. You know, it probably works both sides. It's just really, really scary. It's really scary. Yeah.
Well, I think that the best thing that you could have done was questioned
Yes.
what was going on, even though you did. And again, I know it was an initial scare, so you got the two
Yeah.
rounds, you know,
Yeah.
but saying something's not right, I need to check into this, and then connecting with your spirit and what God was telling you. I think that was also that was key.
That
right?
probably was the most powerful because I felt in my heart when he said to me, when we went in, there was nothing there. That should have been enough. But on the other side, I had this word cancer that it was just knocking at me. You know, that fear. My grandfather died of colon cancer years and years and years ago. I had friends who have had breast cancer. And so when he said, when we went in, there was nothing there, I should have left it alone then. Because God had really, really favored me. Um, but that flesh side is like, okay, I don't want this to come back, you know? And so still the Holy Spirit was tapping at me like, mm-mm. Basically like I took care of you, you know? I took care of you. We have to trust. And that flesh sometimes doesn't want to truly trust God like we should. But yet again, he kept saying to me, mm-mm. Even when I scheduled when that doctor called me and said, you know, I think you should come in and get the radiation. I could not sleep at night. I could not sleep. And let me tell you what, after that lady called me and told me, Karla, you do not have breast cancer. The standard of care is to remove that area. And that's it. You do not, and she said to me twice, Karla, do you hear me? You do not need to have your breast removed and you do not need radiation. I was like, I just held the phone. She said, do you hear me, Karla? I was like, I hear you. She said, the next call we're gonna do is for you to schedule you to have, you know, a scan. You know, you'll get your mammogram yearly and you'll get an extra scan. That's called active surveillance. So they're gonna watch me more than typical. And so, yeah, the Holy Spirit will speak to us. We need to listen to our bodies. Mm-hmm. And I tell women this, and I'm gonna go back now to me being a personal trainer and a weight loss coach. Clients I've told, women who consult with me, I've told women who ask about getting healthy or, you know, are inquiring about the services that I provide. I tell them, listen to that inner voice. That's the voice of God. When you know you need to do something, you need to do it. Don't put it off. If something is saying to you, I need to eat healthier. I need to eat better. I know I don't need to eat this. I know I don't need to drink this. I know I need to lose some of this weight. I know I need to get up. Listen to it. That's our protection. That's God trying to nudge us in the right direction in a way that's going to protect us and heal us and take care of us. But sometimes we disobey. for whatever reasons, whether it be lazy, whether it be out of fear, all of those emotions, that come into play, that may cause us not to do the things that we know we should do. But luckily, God is a good God. And I feel like for me, he still was like, Karla, mm-mm. And I'm so thankful that I used, the intuition that he gave me, the knowledge, being an educated woman, reading research, um, all of that came into play when it came to me saying, you know what? And then even deciding to walk away from that next round of radiation and say, you know what? I'm going to go somewhere else. I'm going to go somewhere else. I think that everything was in God's plan for me. And that's allowing me now to tell this story because guess what? It's going to happen to some other woman. And I'm pretty sure I was not the first. And I hope that the women that hear this will be reminded that yes, we can trust our doctors, we can, but we also need to be our own advocates as well. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to read up on things by yourself, and trust your gut. Trust your gut instinct.
Yeah. Again, being your own advocate is the
Yes.
most important thing. With the procedure that you had, was it told to you that that was necessary or?
From what I'm told, atypical ductal hyperplasia is when you have some abnormal cells in there. So yes, what they told me is Karla, when she called me to tell me it was not cancer, she said our team, our our people, our labs looked at it more than one time. She said the standard of care was to remove that area. That has been done. You don't need anything else. So yes, a lumpectomy was definitely it definitely is a part of
Okay.
the treatment for that. Yeah. Now
But
there are some people who can choose not to have it removed. Uh, I'm glad they got it out of there. Um, and again, the thing about it for me is it was also so small that the biopsy sucked it out. So it was very small. And of course, I've read some more research about the size and the growth, and we could talk about that another time. But yeah, so they removed it, and I'm glad they did. So, and it made me aware that my breasts um, could possibly have issues. And you know what? Most Black women have dense breast tissue. It's hard to see,
that was me.
Yes. And so that's another reason why it's important for us to get those mammograms because they'll look at how our breast the images change. If the images change over time, then that could possibly mean something. So
Yeah, because I normally, get my annual done, and
yeah.
so when I went, maybe about 4 years ago, I went 4 years ago in this particular situation. I went 4 years ago, so I got my mammogram done, and woof. I know that it's necessary, but I hate that. I'm gonna just be transparent. I hate that machine
Me too.
because whether you have small tatas, medium size, or big, it doesn't matter. The pressure of that thing clamping, baby.
It's horrible.
I
I
I, I don't like
hate
it.
it. Yeah.
So I'm gonna just be honest. I don't like it, but it's necessary. So I
Yeah.
went, I
Yeah.
went and I got my mammogram done.
Good.
Fine.
Yeah.
So I get a call a couple of days later, and they wanted me to come back in.
Mhm.
Now this is the first time everything's always been clear.
Yeah.
So I get a call back in, and they're like, we have a concern.
Yeah.
We see something. So what normally happens when you get a call back and you have to come in, I'm not a crybaby, but that made me cry because
Oh
I was
yeah.
like, oh my gosh, what is going on? But it was determined that I had dense breast on my left breast. It was dense, and but
Yes.
so the area it was not benign. You know what I mean? So it wasn't cancerous, but
Yeah.
it was dense, and so I was like,
Yes.
can that really happen? you know,
Oh yeah.
because it was a scare for me, because I'm thinking,
Yes.
okay, you know, I have a daughter, I have a son, I have a
Yes.
mom, you know, I have sorority sisters, I have things to do. What's
Yeah.
going on? You know, so it wasn't an initial scare, but the important thing is getting the girls checked.
That's it. Get them checked. And like you said, Fiona, no one wants to get that call of, okay, we need you to come back. Because it's like, oh my God, this could be either way. This could be, we saw something that, was very concerning and we need to take another step. But yeah, that call is scary. But like you said, that machine is not fun, but it's necessary. Because I'm like you. I'm not. I'm small, and
Yes.
so I absolutely hate it. But you have to do it. So especially as we're aging, I'm 48 years old, and the older we get, our bodies are, it's aging. And so we have to continue to take good care of ourselves, especially as we get older. You know. Um, so yeah.
And so let's segue into your personal training and what you're
Yes.
doing to empower women. I have joined your group, yay.
Yeah.
I made my first comment today, yay.
I'm glad you joined.
Thank
And
you.
that group is just a group to motivate women to get active. That group is the Curvy Girls Fitness Challenges. Because what I found is, since I've been a personal trainer, my training, it always involves these weekly challenges. Like, I'm gonna give an example. I'll say this week's challenge is to um, eat 3 apples, this week. It doesn't matter when. If you do more, excellent. I just try to give women a baseline, like start here. And like another challenge is, this is one the women always would love. I wake up on a Monday morning and I put in a group, um, hey, let's see who can get 10,000, I'm sorry, 2,000 steps by 11 a.m. So what I found is my clients, my actual clients, they would love those challenges. I've had women to start with me and they come back to me and they'll be like, Karla, do you still do the challenges? Because they know that motivated them, that gave them something to do that was really, really tangible. They can show it. And I always say, well, post a picture. If you use your step counter, if you get your 2,000 steps by 11, send us a picture of it. And so I said, you know what? I'm going to do this in my group, because that's just motivating women. Like,
Mm-hmm.
hey, who's going to eat 3 servings of veggies today? Those are things that help us be more aware. And so that's what that group is about. And there's a lot of women in a group, but it's not just about fitness. It's also about just motivating us and being empowering with each other as well. So you may see motivational posts and things like that as well. So yeah. So to answer your question, I've been doing personal training since 2009
Oh,
as my
wow.
little side thing. And I work with women who are like you and I. I've had SORAs, I've had uh, AKAs, I've had Zetas, I've had nurses, nurse practitioners, attorneys. I've worked with a slew of women, um, college professors, CEOs, um, who have used my services, because I'm the truth when it comes to helping women lose weight.
Listen, as a matter of fact, son, he a part of my production team.
Okay.
Can you get me my numbers? They're under the TV. I have to. So you all, I happen to come across my soror through uh the Healthy Living Praise Club, which our
Yes,
soror D Johnson
that's
is
right.
the founder of.
That's right.
So there was a challenge that you had placed, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. And so I went to Five and Below. Get with
Oh,
it, Five and Below,
yeah.
and I got two of these babies. Can you see it? Let me see. Five.
I
Yeah,
see him. I see
yeah.
him.
So You know, look at that. Look, the guns is already
Girl,
here.
those arms look good, girl.
Thank you, girl.
Yeah, they
So, yeah,
do.
so I got two. This 8 pound.
The 8 pounds? Oh,
Boom,
that's
boom, boom, boom,
good.
boom, boom.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got my 8 pounds so I can
Yeah.
be prepared. You
Of
also
play?
have done something where like just standing exercises, chair exercises, just things to get you
Yes.
moving. I think that is so good, so key, so
Yeah.
important.
Yeah.
Being
I
active, moving.
it's in really it doesn't take a lot, but you just have to start somewhere. Um, like I said, I really try to um cater my workouts to women who are possibly beginners because I know that if you're not used to working out, it's hard to get started. People have these things in their head, these thoughts and these little, things they tell themselves like, oh, I can't do that. Oh, yeah, you can if you start small. And
Oh,
so that's why I do the videos and I show like some of the simplest exercises. But if you do them over and over and over again, it's going to give your heart a good workout. And that's what we need to be focused on because heart disease is the number one killer of women. Every year, Delta Sigma Theta, our sorority,
yes.
we go red for heart health. We participate in heart health activities during February, but we need to be diligent about being active all the time.
Daily.
And so, yeah, so that's why I just try to show that we actually can have a little fun, and a workout does not have to take that long. Until you get in that groove of enjoying it, start somewhere, So I'm glad you enjoy it.
Yeah. And one of the things, I do my rise and grind is workout
Yeah.
time. And I'll be in Planet Fitness, I'll be in Mount
Yes.
Trashmore in my neighborhood. And I always say we have one body.
Yeah.
And we have
That's
to
it.
be a good steward because what you don't use, you'll
You
lose.
lose.
Try not to do some stretches and you think that you're gonna roll up and just pop up like you was 16 years old and you 45.
And that's
No,
right.
ma'am. No to the ma'am. That's not going to happen at
And listen,
all.
I can tell that you, girl, I saw your videos with you strutting. You got some step. You got some pep in your step. And so I just feel like as we age, you have to stay moving so that you can continue to like, baby, you got that, okay, you got that sway in your hips. Imagine not being able to do that just because it's like, oh, I'm hurting. And I'm not saying that we won't hurt because, honey, my back was just hurting last week. Um, because we're aging, those things are going to come. But the more we're active, it it improves our mobility. It helps
Right.
us be able to move. And like you strutting, baby, like, yeah, I got some pep in my step because number one, exercise does something for the mind as well. It makes you feel good. It makes you when you know that you're putting in that work, that's gonna boost your confidence right there.
Right.
And so it does something for your mental, it does something for your physical, and I think that is something that every woman should start to do if they're not doing it.
Absolutely. And I always say that self-esteem impacts every area of our lives.
Yes.
So if you are looking at yourself in the mirror in the morning, sans clothes,
Yes.
and you're not happy with it, it's going to affect how you show up
Yes.
during the day.
That's it. You're absolutely right.
And
It's
so
that confidence, like what you said, it's going to affect how you show up because if you're not happy with yourself, whether it's weight, whatever it is, and you're not feeling like you the SHIT, it's gonna show. It's gonna show in your work. It's gonna show in your relationships. So yeah, we should definitely make it a priority. I believe. I truly believe that we should make being healthy and being active a priority to our health.
yeah, I'm really intentional about that. And what I love about my firstborn, that's Madam Secretary. She is a researcher, and as I age young in reverse. That's my
Oh wow,
yeah.
that's
Age,
her. Oh,
age
that's
young in reverse. Okay,
yeah,
because
yeah.
I'll I'll be fine and fit and 50 on December the 11th. All right,
Oh
turn of
wow,
time. Okay.
you look so fabulous, Sar.
Thank you. If she does the research on things to make sure that it's, when we go to the store, she's looking at everything. What's the sodium count?
Yeah.
What's the
Yes.
sodium count?
Oh, I love it.
We love Tabitha Brown seasonings.
Yes.
We
Okay.
we love Tabitha Brown seasonings. Seasonings
Yeah.
is everything. So
Oh yeah.
seasonings, she intentionally looks up recipes, things
Yeah.
on YouTube, so that we can eat healthy. So we have water, we have salad. We are salad lovers anyway, but various salads.
That's awesome.
Making my own salads.
Yeah.
What do you call it? Like bell peppers and having color in
Yeah.
your food
Colorful.
salad.
Eating the rainbow.
Yeah. So all of that, she does all of that, and she even introduced me to stuffed bell peppers.
Oh yeah. I think I did a reel on some stuffed bell peppers. I love stuffed bell peppers.
Delicious.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and even though food is expensive,
Yeah.
we know this. I mean, everything
Yeah.
is increasing the
Yeah.
the cost of everything, but we still have to be intentional. Even when I went to Wawa prior to the podcast, I picked up a thing of bananas.
Yeah.
Because I realized I didn't have bananas. Now I have cut up apples.
Yeah.
And even I got some, what's it called? It's a type of butter. It's not like peanut butter. It's
Almond butter.
almond butter. Yes.
Yeah.
So I got some almond butter,
Oh,
and
that's awesome.
I'm gonna dip it in, because sometimes at night it's like I'm up late and I'm up early, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So a lot of times my mind is set on, son, you want to fix a burger in the air fryer? So, you know what I'm saying? Because we want what we want. I mean, let's just be
Exactly.
honest. Like we like a burger,
Yeah.
And so I'll have to say, well, guess I get some grapes and cheese.
Yeah.
But
And
it's
that's
hard.
good.
It's hard, but we have to be intentional about making sure that everything in our refrigerator reflects. So we can't get out at 12 o'clock at night and go to the store. We got to eat what's in there, which is healthy.
That's right. And if you have something in there that's healthy, you're going to choose that. You're going to choose what's healthy because you have that in there. Yes.
By default, yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
By default.
I love that. I absolutely love that.
So let's go back to the challenges. Do you do them? Are they daily? Because I'm still new to the group. So are they daily? Are they weekly?
So they're weekly. So
okay,
I post those challenges weekly.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. So I usually try to put a challenge up on Sunday night.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. And so the way the group works is you're going to have your weekly challenge, but then every day, like Monday through Sunday, there's like a theme day. So Monday is Move It Monday. So let's just say, for instance, if the weekly challenge is to do 200 jumping jacks for the week, you can do 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. You can do 20 a day or 40 a day, right? Or however you want to count it up. That's the weekly challenge. But on Move It Monday, I just want you moving. I'm just saying, you never miss a Monday. You can do part of your challenge on Monday. So if the weekly challenge is 200 jacks, then you may be like, oh, it's Move It Monday. So guess what? I'm about to do 40 of my jacks, And then Tuesday is Tasty Tuesday. So post something healthy. So tonight I posted my nuts. I love nuts.
What kind? What kind?
I have a trail mix that has almonds, walnuts, cranberries, and pumpkin seeds. And then I have some some honey roasted sunflower seeds, sunflower kernels, the kernel.
Okay.
So I just posted that as my Tasty Tuesday snack. So on Tasty Tuesday, you can just post whatever you want to post that's dealing with healthy foods.
We are so practical, Sora, because guess what? Before I came on for the podcast, I was eating some almonds.
Oh, see, that's good. Yes. And almonds are super, super good. Like I think I posted the almonds like last week, and I told the benefits of the almonds. Like they're a healthy fat. They have omega-3 fats. They're good for your heart. They have fiber. They're going to make you boo-boo.
Yes.
I mean, research says eating like like a 1/4 cup of almonds per day can help your heart and reduce cholesterol.
I
So
love
imagine
it.
that. So yeah, you already did now. You already ate it. But yeah, don't forget, post your toast, girl.
I'm
Yes.
gonna post. I still have time.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
I'm
still
so
do.
excited.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
have time.
And Wednesday
Yes.
is I think Wednesday is Wellness Wednesday. I think it's Wellness Wednesday. Thursday is like Thankful Thursday. It has nothing to do with fitness. Just tell us what you're thankful for that week. It could be something that happened last week. It doesn't matter. Just let us know what you're thankful for. I like to share, like on Sunday, I posted a gratitude post.
Right.
Um,
Yes.
so it's just about being mindful. Because the thing about it is, I feel like when we have there are so many large groups. You know that. Like there are tons and tons of groups. Um, and I'm in a lot of groups. I just feel like I want my group to empower other women. So if I post Thankful Thursday and I just say, y'all, I'm just thankful for whatever, XYZ, that may nudge somebody else to say, you know what? I haven't thought about, what am I thankful for? That's the
Right.
empowerment part. So, and that's why I tell women, like, if it's an empowerment group, we need to, this is supporting each other.
Hmm.
A lot of times we think that we get in these groups, oh, it's just another group. No, it's not just another group. You're connected with women and you have the opportunity to have an effect on other women. You never know when somebody just needs a kind word, you know? So that's what I try to do with my group. That's it. It may not be a big deal to other people, but it's a big deal to me. If you truly have that spirit of wanting to empower. So
Well, my sorors group, y'all need to
it
join because it is about empowerment and it's about
is.
pushing you,
Yes. Yes.
challenging you,
Yes.
and you. So the comment that I made to your post where you talked about if you're showing up for everybody else but yourself, you need to
Girl.
flip that. You need to flip. You need to flip that thing.
Flip the script.
Flip it. Flip the script. Hashtag flip the script all the way,
Girl.
all the way. Yeah, and it makes sense. So I believe in I put everybody else on my calendar, on my to-do list. But what about me? When am I gonna put myself on the
That's right.
calendar? You know,
That's
so
right.
that
Girl.
that that hit me when you said that. That made so much sense. And
Because it's
what I
true.
find that your group is a reminder
Yes, that's what I want it to
for
be. Just a
self.
reminder. Yeah, because the thing is, we're going to be on these phones. We are. We're going to be on these phones. We're going to be on these tablets. And if you come across something that nudges you to look at something in a different way, and it happens to be something that I posted or something that's in the group that's geared toward empowering women to be healthy, fit, and fabulous, because that's my motto, healthy, fit, and fabulous.
Fabulous. Okay.
Yeah, because we have a right to do that. I know I feel like I'm
Yeah,
about to be 50 in a couple of years, girl. I can be fabulous if I want to. Who
baby.
gonna say different? Who gonna say
And
different?
and,
No,
and
baby, I done
is
made it this far. I done made it this far. And I'm thankful and God done got me this far. Be fabulous. You have every right to be. You have every right to shine. Like, why not? And my thing is, if we've made it this far, God done allowed us to get this far, empower somebody else. It could be somebody younger who watch it, because guess what? People are always watching us, honey. They may not say
they are.
nothing.
Even when they don't say anything, especially when they don't say anything.
Yes.
Yeah, that part.
Yeah. That's
Mm-hmm.
it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
So do you have any special events or anything that's coming up, in the future that we should
I
be
am
aware of?
planning I am planning to post this week. I am planning to post my Healthy Holidays challenge. Um, so that is actually going to be a paid challenge.
Okay.
But usually around this time of the year, I know that people struggle with eating healthy. And going into the new year, people are like, oh, I'm going to set a New Year's resolution. Me personally, I feel like you should start when your heart and when your mind say start. That doesn't have to begin in January, but I get it that some people need a beginning, something new to kind of give them a fresh start. So
Right.
I usually start my Healthy Holidays challenge. It's going to be a 6 weeks challenge. So if we think about the whole month of November, except the week of Thanksgiving, And then the whole month of December, except the week of Christmas. So that takes away 2 weeks from those 2 months. That's going to be 6 weeks of me bringing down my signature program, which is my 12-week program, and basically condensing it to let it be all about motivation, mindset, and strategies for those women who are like, Karla, just give me a good bite size of what you give in your 12-week group. It's going to be kind of like a little gift because the price is going to be way low. So that's going to start. I'm going to be posting that probably tomorrow night.
Okay.
So it's going to be a 6 weeks challenge that's going to be for those women that sign up. You're going to get me. I'm going to be coaching you. It's going to be like a little microcosm of my big 12-week group at a totally super reduced price. So it's going to be kind of like my Christmas present to the women that want to join. So yeah, and to give you an idea, I send out the weekly challenges will always be a part of it. I do one-to-one coaching, like a weekly, if a person wants to reach out to me. But the guidance for the fitness, I do live Zooms where we're working out for about 30 to 40 minutes together. And you get a booklet of suggested meals, and I give you a customized weight loss plan. So in that first conversation, I'm going to tell you, okay, tell me what you eat. Tell me about your health. I'm going to create a plan for you that is going to be just for you. That's going to, like, you're going to lose some weight. These 6 weeks, I can guarantee, unless you just don't do what I say do, you're going to lose weight because all the women do. So that's what that is. I'll be sharing more about it. You'll see it coming out.
Yeah, listen, you all. That is a nice birthday gift.
Yes.
Wink,
Yes.
wink. Bestie, if you're listening, that's a nice birthday gift. I'm just saying.
Yes.
Anything about health is a gift. I'm so excited about turning 50. I wish that you were in the Hampton Roads area because I am having a celebration on December the 7th. Now, all I am to do is provide the list. My bestie, Dr. Stephen Riddick, will be doing all of the
planning.
Yeah, I was told just to give the list and just show up.
Oh wow, that is so awesome. I wish I could be there. Okay, so my sister used to live in Hampton, Virginia.
Okay. Which is not
But
far.
now she lives in she's in Crofton, Maryland.
Okay.
So yeah, so she was in a DMV. So yeah, I hate that I can't be there
It's
because
okay.
we don't get out of school with for Christmas break until like the 16th or the 17th or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's all right, dog.
Yeah.
I might have a live going on. I don't know. I'm just
Surely you will.
I've been talking about the turn up since last year. I keep saying, like, as the podcast continue, I just keep talking about, I'm just so excited and grateful and thankful to be seeing 50. Like, that's like half a century. That is so significant.
Listen, girl, because listen, my birthday in the summer now, so you gonna be able to come to mine. If God let me live to see 50, I am definitely going to turn up. And my birthday is July. Because you know what? Like what you just said, some people probably look at age like, oh, I'm aging. Baby, I am doing this like with grace. I am so thankful because like you said, it would be a half a century. It is a blessing for every day that we are here, right. So I know you're going to turn up on your birthday, boo. I wish I could be there for it. Wait, is that on a Saturday?
It's a Saturday.
We'll see.
I'll send him your telephone number.
Yeah.
A couple of my line sisters, they will be attending.
Oh, sweet.
Some won't be able to just because of already pre-planned events. Yeah. But I said, listen, you'll be turned up in spirit because my line name is Lois Lane. Lois Lane always gonna be I'm doing something extra. My son cost me extra, so best believe it's just gonna be a turn up, and I'm gonna be intentionally celebrating every day because I have those internal and those exterior scars that show that I'm still here.
You're still, yes.
You know, and even for those, those that are breast cancer survivors, you're
Yes.
still here. And for
Yes.
those of you who are currently going through, you're
Oh,
still here.
yes. You're still here.
That's
You're still here.
significant. I
Oh,
think the
yes.
turn up should be honestly every day. The
Baby,
turn up
yes.
should be every day. And listen, I want to challenge you all who are listening now. I do my self-esteem walk challenge.
Yes.
When I was in New York, October of last year, God gave me to open it up, to extend it
Mm-hmm.
to my sisters, because I modeled when I was in college at Norfolk State,
Uh-huh.
under the Raytron L. White.
Mm-hmm.
And I modeled when I lived in Brooklyn for 14 years. I did some window modeling for an African designer named Moshood. And then I
Yeah.
also did some modeling for local designers. And it started when I was a little girl. We had family reunions in North Carolina, and my
Mm-hmm.
cousin Lawrence, I love him to life. He organized them, and he always had a fashion show. So
Yeah.
when he asked cousin Fee, because my
Yeah.
friends call me Fee, when he's cousin Fee, okay cousin, and that it started then. And I was looking at some pictures, because my mother, she really should have been on my line as the record keeper. She's the keeper
Yeah.
of all things, muses and graces and all of that. You understand?
Yeah.
I found pictures of me when I was a little girl.
Oh,
And
wow.
I always had my hand on my hip, my legs crossed, cheesing. And guess what? I
Yeah.
always had on red and white.
Wow.
So start over back then. The Lord knew I was gonna be a Delta.
That's it.
Okay.
That's
Um,
it.
but just excited. So he extended, he told me to extend it. And so I put the challenge to my my girlfriend, friends, new people.
Yeah.
I'm challenging you. I'm gonna tag you tomorrow.
Yes, please do.
And so it's just a
And I'll
matter
share
of
it.
making any runway yours. I've been in
Yes.
Tarjay.
Yes.
I've been in Tarjay, and my daughter, she takes all my pictures and my videos, and she's the one who like it when you see me, I'm walking and I'm
Yeah.
going forward. She
She's your videographer.
she's a beast. She
Oh,
is an
that's sweet.
absolute beast. So and it's
That's
fun, because there are times, even though God has given me the platform of the Self-Esteem Queen, I don't take it lightly, but I know that it is a journey.
yes.
It's a lifestyle, and it's daily. So there are times when I feel like I should be doing more, and I question myself and so forth. And so I'll be like, Clara, I'm about to put on the outfit, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
And when I do that walk, instantly it
Yeah.
just changes my
It
spirit.
shifts.
It,
Yeah.
it, it shifts it. And so that is what it does. It's not about you trying to do it like me, because you are unique
Yeah.
and bomb as you are.
Yeah.
I'm feeling trying to help, and
Yeah.
and that's it. But you,
That's
because
right.
Karla McCoy is a band member jam, okay? So she gonna walk it, and she gonna slay it
I sure am.
like she does. You know what I mean? So, for those of you all who are watching, and those who watch the replay and who share it, I just encourage you this month, you know, slay the runway for somebody who has transitioned excuse me,
Yes.
because of breast cancer. They are a survivor, so walk it
Yes.
out for them, as well as for those who are currently going through.
Oh, yes.
Two people
Oh, my
who are
goodness.
currently going through,
Yes.
and it's not an easy thing to wake
Yes.
up and to face the chemo and those things. So
Mm.
we want to walk it
Yes.
out for them.
For
So
them.
I'm just
Yes.
putting that challenge to you all.
Oh,
And so
definitely.
as we close, is there anything else that you want to share about breast health, about this month, about what we should be doing, any suggestions or encouraging words?
I just want to first say thank you for having me on to share my story. I hope that it
Mhm.
empowers some women, more than one women, to schedule their mammograms if they have not done that already. And I think just the thing about breast health is to just be aware, listen to your body. Like, listen to your body, listen to that voice in you, and don't just listen to it, act. When you hear that voice in your mind that says, I need to go to the doctor, or I need to exercise, or I don't need to eat this, or I know I can do better,
Mm-hmm.
listen to it. That's the voice of God. That's what I believe. Listen to it. And that's it. Listen to that inner spirit talking to you.
Yeah, let me tell you, I always say, I don't play doctor.
Yeah. Yeah.
So as long as I have insurance, and if I didn't, I'm just gonna have a bill.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna have it. We have them anyway.
That's right.
Because I need to know what's going on with my body. Like I said, when I was coughing, and I was coughing so bad that it would my chest was burning, and it gave
Mm.
me instant headaches. And I'm like, something's not right. So
Yeah.
instantly, the first place, as opposed to going to the emergency room, because emergency is not emergency. I'm just,
No.
it's just not.
Yeah.
So I went to patient first here, which is like an urgent care.
Hmm.
And I went back a second time and found out what it was. So getting rest, which is a very hard thing for me, but I have been getting rest.
I'm
And
glad.
taking my the medication, which is important, as well as drinking plenty of fluids, lots of water,
Yes.
and eat. My appetite is back, because at first I was hurting so much that I wasn't able
Oh,
to eat
wow.
anything. Yeah. But now
Right.
it's a lot better. I'm taking it easy. So
I'm
yeah.
glad you feel better.
Thank you. I'm not in
Yeah.
my last show that I did with Coach Ray.
Hmm.
She's a health advocate and a trainer.
Hmm.
I was coughing a little bit, and I had my water,
Yeah.
but it's a lot better. So yeah, don't play about your health. Girls, get your girls checked.
That's it.
If you need somebody to go with you, then ask somebody, but get it done. Not just
Yes.
during the month of Breast Cancer Awareness Month,
That's
but
right.
make sure you're intentional, and also make sure that you are attending to your appointments, because a lot of times we as women, we're doing everything, and I'll just make an appointment, later,
Right.
I'll go another time, and we
Right.
don't know what's brewing, what's festering, because we are um ignoring.
Yeah.
And we're not putting ourselves in our health first. So that's just
That's
really
it.
a really important thing. So as we close, I just have a few announcements.
Okay.
So November the 3rd, I will be attending the awards program for the Achi Magazine Awards. I'm a nominee,
Oh,
so
sweet.
I'm really excited about that.
Oh, that's excellent.
Yeah, so for the Hampton Roads area, it's going to be in Norfolk. There was awards in Atlanta, as well as in North Carolina. So for
Hmm.
all fellow nominees, congratulations! You are a winner, whether you get an actual plaque or an
Yeah.
award or not. We are a winner, because we are
That's right.
making our communities, our sisters, the world a better place.
Yes.
Two, I am taking pre-orders for my writing prompts journal. It's called Crown with Confidence. That's one of my hashtags. Crown with
Hmm.
Confidence, a Queen's Journal. And
Hmm.
it's really, it puts you to work. It puts you to work.
Wow.
So it's 80 prompts, writing prompts, and then I give 13 additional blank pages. But it really causes for you to, do a self-esteem check.
Oh, I
Like,
love that.
how do you feel about, what does self-esteem mean to you? How are you showing up for yourself? What are you talking to yourself? I do like a positive self-talk. Like, what's the conversation that you're having with yourself?
Yes.
And a lot of times our self-esteem, the root of how we feel is based on our childhood. So
Yeah.
check your childhood. What was your childhood like? Do you have unforgiveness? What are you grateful for? So it's those types of things that cause you to sit down with yourself.
Yes.
Put your phone on do not disturb,
Yeah.
and get to work on yourself, because we should all be invested in personal development. So I consider this writing prompt to be personal development.
So let me interrupt you and say, so on Saturdays in my group, Saturdays are the days that women can freely share whatever they want to share that has nothing to do with fitness. So if you have a business, if you have a product, if you want to share about your podcast, like Saturday is the day for you to do that. So you are welcome to come on there any Saturday you like. And share about your journal. Like if you had one of the journals, like you can show it, like whatever you want to do to kind of put it out there, because that group has 1,000 women in it.
Okay.
And so, like we said, people may not say anything in the group, but they're looking,
Yeah.
and you
Right.
never know. There may be someone in there who can use what you have. So
Awesome. So would I post it?
yeah.
Would
So on
Okay.
Saturday, just share your post.
Okay.
I will send you more information about how you can do it. I mean, but really, it's just I'll announce that it's Saturday, like I always do. Say, hey, it's Curvy Girls Business Saturday. You're welcome to share. And no, not under my post. No, I'm gonna want you to like create your own post, like so that it
Right.
can
Right.
be just yours. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
thank you for the invitation. I appreciate that. And the thing about sharing this has been a heart's desire of mine for a couple of years.
Mhm.
And God's timing is perfect because he'll plant that seed, but it's at that appointed time. So sometimes we want to rush and do it because we need to get it out, but it wasn't
Yes,
time.
that's
But
right.
I am positioned because of what I've
Yes.
been through over the past
Girl,
year.
yeah.
I'm
Oh,
positioned
I believe that.
for such a time as this to put it out.
And you know what? And maybe one day we'll just have a conversation about this. But when you just said you're positioned, you and I just met, through another group.
Yeah.
So look at how that connection came about. And then I'm saying to you, hey girl, I want you to put your journal in the group. That's how we connect and help each other. That's how we do it. Like I it's not about me. It's about being the vessel that God intends us to be. Because there may be somebody in the group that's like, hold up, I need 10 journals for 10 girls who are in a group, blah, 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 blah. That's how I like to look at it. So sometimes women gatekeep things and don't want to share things and don't want to open up things. And I know we have to do things in order. Like there's an
Right. And
order
I
to
believe
the
in that.
way
Yes.
to the way we do things. Um, but yeah, this is what it's all about. What if this is what we claim we're gonna do, when we say sorors and sisters and this is what it's about. So kudos to you and your journey. And if my group can help, I definitely want you to come on there and share it, girl.
Listen, we're gonna be doing some collaborations. I mean, you locked in. You're locked
Yeah,
in.
definitely.
May, which is Mental Health Awareness Month, I jump rope for those who are impacted by
And I
mental
love to jump
illness.
rope. So
So,
I definitely be
baby,
on it.
I'm looking at 2 jump ropes right now. I love jump ropes. I mean, I don't even need all of them, but they're just so pretty. I love colors,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I got them over
I
there.
love
So
that.
we definitely have to collaborate, and also because Sarah D. Johnson,
Mhm.
with the Healthy Living Praise Club, they,
Yes.
so it's just gonna be a whole collaborative joint. I'm just so
I
excited.
love it.
Just already like in the future for 2025, we have some big things.
Yes.
We doing the big. We doing big. What they say? We doing big. Or your big one. You doing your big one. We doing our we doing our big one. I'm just so excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, this has been awesome. So the last thing. So the show is the first and the third Thursday of the month. But like I said, God put on my spirit to do a special edition dealing with breast
Thank you.
cancer awareness. So I'm glad that you answered the call because I had been putting it out there and nobody had been responding. And
Wow.
I felt away because I'm just like, I know it's got to be somebody,
But
but
look at God.
I just kept on because I was like,
Amazing.
it's got to be somebody who will
Wow.
share. I'm
Yeah.
still waiting for somebody to, before this month ends, to answer the call about
Yeah.
domestic violence.
Yeah.
So please, if you have been affected by it, you have a platform that supports women, who are experiencing no help. Please reach out to me, DM me, put it below my post because those things are very important to me.
Can I
Um,
ask you this question about that?
uh-huh.
Domestic violence is a very sensitive topic. What if the person that wants to share is sharing from an aspect of counseling domestic violence, women or men, because we know men can be,
Right.
the victims as well. So what if the person, and I like to do hypotheticals like what
Okay.
if? So what if it's a counselor who has worked with women who have been in domestic violence situations? Would you be okay with talking to
Oh,
them? Or do you
absolutely.
prefer it be somebody who
No,
actually,
I want the platform of the Self-Esteem Queen Candid Conversations is all about sharing information that's going to empower us, that's going to make us better. So whether it's an actual victim,
yes,
someone who has survived it, or somebody
yes,
who works with women who are
yes,
currently going through it, or I just want that I want
the
that candid
conversation.
conversation about
Yes,
it because it's real. I have known, and many of us do. We know women
yeah,
who have been who have lost their life to
yes,
it. It's so it's I stay in my lane, but I know what God gave me, and
yes,
I'm gonna rock out this platform. So
yeah,
it's important to me.
yeah.
You can't talk about it enough, and it's just it's not enough days to talk
Right.
about.
Mm-hmm.
So
Got it.
I put it out there. I'm gonna put out there again before I go to bed tonight. Just another post, but
Yeah.
it's important to me. So I'm just
Okay.
putting out there. Somebody, I need you,
Yeah.
please, to answer the call. And then so my show and I'm trying to get I'm so proud of myself because from the time that I started the Self-Esteem Queen about I do a year and a half, 2 years ago, I've
Uh-huh.
seen it grow. So I got some production going on here, and I'm just excited.
I
So
love it.
on November the 7th, which will be the first Thursday in November, I'm going to be having a heart to heart with Janita R. Castile. Now, she is the founder of a publication. It's called Power 100 magazine. And we're going to talk about how she is helping women with their self-esteem from the inside out through makeovers. She
Oh,
yeah,
lovely.
so she has this amazing platform. I actually was nominated by my daughter to get a makeover.
Oh, sweet.
And so if you're on my page, I'm wearing pink. It's a bomb outfit which she blessed me with after the makeover,
Oh,
but
wow.
it did something for me. Even as a self-esteem queen, it did something for me to be on that other side where somebody is loving on me,
On
is
you.
pouring into me.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have her on November the 7th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to talk about what she has been called to do in this collaboration to empower women. So I'm really excited about that. And then on November the 10th, she's actually doing an awards program for all of the makeover nominees
Oh, nice.
to celebrate and love on them again. So we're getting
Wow.
double doses, the photo shoot. And even after 20 something years, she gave me finger waves.
She gave you
Yeah,
what?
she gave me finger waves.
Oh, wow.
Baby, I was looking at a picture of myself from my junior year. I believe it was my junior year because I was taking French class, and this one of my classmates had taken a picture of me, and I found this picture in my mom's house in New York, and it was with finger waves. And so I was telling my son, I really would love to get finger waves, and he was like, "Oh, mom, I think they would look good on you based on the picture."
Yeah.
And I got him, and she did that big thing. So
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm ready to sit and get them done again. But yeah, so that's what I have for you all right now. I want to thank you, Soror,
Yeah.
for coming on to Candid
You're
Conversations with the
welcome.
Self-Esteem Queen. A delay is not a denial.
That's
A
right.
delay is not a denial. So we were supposed to do this at 9 o'clock, and it was I told you, I said, oh, we're just gonna do a half an hour, because I
Yeah.
respected last time, but
Yeah.
the conversation was so candid and it was so authentic and organic that we went
Mhm.
into 10:14. And it's not, and it's like it was almost like just a minute ago I was like, thank you for tuning in to.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, so I hope that you all really got something out of this. Again, thank you, Sora, for joining me this evening. I'm gonna replay this so you can share with your with
Okay, cool.
your network. And I'll also be doing snippets and reels and shorts just to, chop it up so that they will come and just kind of, sometimes we hear things differently a different time, we receive it
That's
differently.
true.
So we just want to make sure that ultimately they're getting the girls checked. They are invested in their health, that they are eating well, they're going to their doctor's appointments, and that they are living and being present. Just being mentally present. That's something that I'm learning, to be present, because we have things that's going on next week, but what about right now?
That's it.
What about right now? So I'm so look, I'm gonna have to turn down this adrenaline, because I know me, it'll be 4:00 in the morning and I have a client that I have to attend to at 8 a.m. So I know I'm gonna have to bring this adrenaline down, but I'm just so excited because this was just a good conversation. It was good. It was good for my heart.
I'm glad.
It was good for my
I
heart.
enjoyed it. Thank you for having me on.
Yes, ma'am. So again, you all, thank you for tuning in to Candid Conversations with the Self-Esteem Queen. Always remember that you are a queen. You are a qualified woman embodying excellence now. And I'll see you all on November the 7th. No, I take it back. Somebody's going to answer the call so that I can do a special episode about domestic violence. So I'll keep you all abreast of that date before the month ends. And so you all have a great evening. I'll see you soon.
All right. Bye.
Bye.